Another James Albright song there.
I'm just a tiny piece of the song. Just wanna have some fun. I wanna rise each day, you'll fly up away. Sure don't wanna hurt no one. I'm just a tiny little bird in the sky. I'm so happy when I'm flying high. I'm gonna spread my wings, I'm gonna do all kinds of things. You know, I won't even have to try. No. Ain't no trouble gonna bring me down. Ain't no worry gonna slow me down. No, I'm already home. Yes, I am. Ain't no trouble gonna break me down. No. Ain't no worry gonna slow me down. No, I'm already home. Already home. I'm just a tiny speck of cosmic dust. The same stuff that's in all of us. And I know I'm free. That feels so good to me. 'Cause spirit's where I put my trust. How about you? Ain't no trouble gonna bring me down. Ain't no worry gonna slow me down. Oh, I'm already home. I'm home free. I'm already home. Already home, that's right. All right, everybody, let's get up and sing, shall we? Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Let spirit flow. Let it flow. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Show me the kingdom wherever I go. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Let the spirit flow. Let it flow. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul.
soul.
Feel it.
Rise up, oh my soul.
Together now.
Rise up, oh my soul. Let the Spirit flow.
Everybody.
Let it flow.
Woo!
Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Show me the kingdom wherever I go.
Yeah, A+.
Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Let the Spirit flow.
Yeah.
Let it flow. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Show me the kingdom wherever I go.
Everywhere I go. Yeah.
Show me the kingdom wherever I go.
One more time.
Show me the kingdom wherever I go.
Yeah, you're getting warmed up. Let's do one more. A song written by Ellis McGee, our own Ellis. Living in the Lights.
Living in the light, I am light and light. Living in the light, I am light and light. Living in the light, I am light and light. I am light and light and love. Living in the light, I know peace and joy. Living in the light, I know peace and joy. Living in the light, I know peace and joy. I know peace and joy and love.
Welcome, everyone.
Good morning, Unity Church of Overland Park. I'm Reverend Jackie Fernandez, and it is my great joy to be with you this morning and celebrate life, celebrate love, celebrate joy.
I'm Reverend Eileen Stulak. It's wonderful to be with you as well, here in the room, online, and with this fabulous lineup of musicians and singers, Reverend Fred Albers, Terry Swope,
Terry Swope.
James Albright, Ryan Stever.
Such a blessing, and we have Jasmine Velasco providing ASL-English access for our service today. So, we are in a place, in a spot, you might say, in this country. As people on a spiritual path, people who seek to be in the awareness of divine truth, divine light, people who gather week after week to sing songs with affirmations, like living in the light of love and joy. We are also responsible to bring everything that happens in this world into this space for the purpose of holding light, love, and joy as the divine ideals for how we create our community, for how we craft our society, for how we operate and run our elections. This is not a political matter. This is a matter of the heart. And I know many of you are afraid right now. I'll say it like this: many of us are afraid right now. Those of you in the room, those of you in our virtual balcony on Facebook and YouTube, if you are watching now with us or later, I invite you into this sacred space where we stand together as people of faith, people of love, people of light, and we hold in prayer all of the goings on in this country right now. So let's center into that sacred space, opening our hearts in gratitude, the mighty amplifier of all that is holy, giving thanks for this day. This day is co-created with God, with each and every one of us. And because we are alive today, anything is possible. So what then do we hold in heart? What then shall we hold in mind? I invite us to expand the heart space in this prayer, affirming the power of thought, the power of truth, the power of holiness, to radiate in and through us, as us, into the world, into every circumstance, so that even when we turn on the news and there is a report of an attempted assassination on the former president, our first thought is God is present in the midst of all circumstances. So we hold healing power in our heart for all who were present in person at that shooting yesterday, for the family of the woman who was killed, for the former president who experienced this trauma, for all who continue to watch it play out over and again in the news and social media. Wherever fear takes place in the heart, we shine light, we shine love, and we shine the truth that because we are alive, anything is possible. What then shall we hold in heart? What then shall we hold in mind? Peace, harmony, love. We are responsible for the world we co-create. We are responsible for what we hold in awareness. So thank you, God. Thank you, God, for bringing this truth to our awareness. Thank you, God, for being the point of power, the point of presence at each and every one of us. In totality, God is present in each and every one of us. As we know this truth, we affirm that the soul, the heart, the mind, the body respond in this truth for wholeness, for healing, for each and every one. May our words reflect that we are knowers of this light and this truth. May our thoughts reflect that we are knowers of this light and this truth. We hold the heart of this nation. We hold the most vulnerable of this nation. We hold the most powerful of this nation in this sacred prayer, knowing that there is no place where God is not. There is no one who is not the face of God. And we allow holiness to be the healing salve in our own hearts, in our own minds, on our own tongues. We fortify and amplify our own presence as those who have gathered today as a beacon of light in the world. Thank you, God, that we know this truth. Thank you, God, that we seize this opportunity. Thank you, God, for this life.
As Reverend Jackie referred to the enormity of what we all moved through last evening. She also said that God is always present in every circumstance and situation. And as we arose to a brand new day, I know I arose to it, perhaps many of you did too, and that was the daily word reading from Unity for today, which was 2 simple words and yet so powerful: divine order. That was God's message to us this morning. As we moved into the overnight, wondering, asking our own questions, perhaps dealing with the fears and the concerns, the light of the sun shone upon us, and we saw divine order being promised. And so while we move through a collective experience, we also move through individual experiences. And so we now just extend our prayer and our hearts to those who have requested for prayer from this ministry. We received many, many requests this past week, covering a full spectrum of heart's desires, some for physical healing, emotional healing, for spiritual direction, for finding a new place to live, a new place to work, and also prayers just affirming peace. And so for all of these prayers, all those who have sent them, wherever they are, we know that God is right there, moving within them and all around them, expressing divine order in ways that cannot be missed, in ways that do soothe the heart in the midst of challenge, that do affirm that peace is available in every moment. It is just a breath away because it resides within us. So this morning we affirm peace.
And in one of Unity's foundational affirmations, we speak from the heart together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. And so now I invite us to take this prayer into the heart and into song, the power of music, as we harmonize our voices together. As a beacon of light, I invite you to stand if you are willing and able, and if not, simply raise your aura into the power of the peace song.
You get ready, here I come. Get ready, here I come. They're already here.
They're already
Gotta look
home.
around, Terry. Good morning, everyone. I'm Barb.
And I'm Tony, and we have a few announcements for you.
All right. Reverend Jackie announced last week that she had engaged with Spirit Tours, a group travel company, and has arranged for a sacred tour of Bali for 11 days and 10 nights in March of next year. This is a fabulous opportunity to savor the Balinese way of life while immersing yourself in Balinese spirituality. Everyone is invited to consider this if this trip is calling to them, and an informational meeting with the tour guides is being offered tomorrow evening via Zoom to provide all the details and answer questions. This meeting begins at 7 p.m. Central Time, and you can join using the link provided in the e-news.
And our annual prayer chaplain training will be held on Saturday, August 17th. If you're interested in joining the team or wish to find out more about what a prayer chaplain does, please plan to attend one of the two informational meetings. The first will be held next Sunday, July 21st. Another will be offered on Sunday, August 4th. Both will be held in the Idea Lab and begin at 11:30 a.m. I'm assuming the Idea Lab is where the kids are. Where the kids are.
The next meeting for our Folks with Faith group will be on Saturday, July 27th at 10:30 a.m. here at the Plex Pod. This month's guest presenter is the inspiring Rev Skip Jennings, and he'll be speaking about transformational and spiritual empowerment. He is a dynamic speaker and author dedicated to inspiring positive transformation. So mark your calendars, come and engage with Rev Skip and gain insights into your own spiritual journey. Doors open at 10 a.m. A Zoom option is available, and ASL interpretation is available upon request.
And lastly, the Celebrating Our Soul conference at Unity Village is going to be at August 1st to the 4th, and it's enrolling volunteers to support the wonderful programs and activities being offered. The conference is being held by People of African Descent New Thought Group, and UCOP is proud to be a sponsor this year. If you are able to offer some time for volunteer service, there's a link in the e-news that will provide all of the volunteer opportunities and the details you'll need to sign up. And now, let's join in our speaking the joint vision statement of the Unity Movement. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
All right, Terry, swoop.
There's a new church on the horizon, made of light, not of stone, calling out to all creation, you are now new. Lions and lambs, saints and sinners, best of friends, enemies, woman and man, losers and winners, they're all in you and me. We are one heart, looking for answers. We are one soul, finding our way through the dark. One dream we share together. We are all a part of one. Out in the cold, there are faces hidden by the rain. Hold out your hand, someone will take it, bring it home again. Yes, we are one heart, looking for answers. We are one soul, finding our way through the dark. One dream we share together. We are all a part of one heart. till the world keeps turning. We are one heart, one soul. There's one dream we all share together. We are a part of one soul, making our way through the dark. Saw one dream we share together. We are apart. We are one. We are all apart.
Change the situation by changing your mind. Raise the vibration by knowing you are divine. Make a mental.
Okay, show me a trick.
See the penny?
I see the penny. Okay, show me a trick.
See the penny?
I see the penny.
I'll put this bottle of water right on top of the penny.
Okay,
And I'm gonna put this over it.
okay.
And when I say the magic words,
Yeah,
the penny's gonna go inside the bottle.
really?
Yes.
Okay, let me see this happen.
Okay. I got the towel. Boogie boogie.
Boogity, boogity.
Boogity boogity.
Boogity, boogity.
Okay. And you look down in there and the penny's inside the bottle.
Social media is designed to make us think, maybe I should be somewhere else, doing something else, with someone else. But if you always think that your happiness is somewhere else, it will never, ever be where you are.
What I see is one person had a birthday party today. Look at how many people are having fun. And the next day, I see another birthday party where everyone is having fun. And the next day, I see another birthday party where everyone is having fun. So every time I log on, what I'm seeing is the best moment of 365 lives. And then what it gives me the impression of is everyone is out there having fun all of the time. And I only get one birthday a year. So it creates this false sense that everyone out there is living this perfect life, whereas my life is just ordinary. And in the face of a perfect life, ordinary lives feel depressing.
I have to be so honest with you guys. The minute I stopped sharing intimate details about my life and posting pictures of people I'm dating or openly and publicly following my partners on the internet, my life got significantly better. It was always a really easy way to get feedback, to get people's attention, to get attention in general, to just like overshare. And it's not really my, it's not really what I want to do anymore.
Great things to come from social media. The first things that spring to mind are important ideas being shared at scale and change happening faster than it ever possibly could have. So you think about key movements around LGBTQ rights, you think about certain causes, you think about atrocities happening in certain parts of the world, having a window into those things and those ideas spreading very quickly, and the consensus being arrived at quickly, therefore action being taken quickly, therefore change and political change happening at light speed, I think is amazing. However, on the adverse consequences of social media, the biggest ones for me are things like Instagram. I mean, the algorithm will show you the prettiest people, typically the prettiest people that have the best lives. And then obviously there's this almost like Black Mirror-esque ranking where if I post a selfie and I'm not looking on my A game, I'll get less likes. So that's like the world going, 5 out of 10, Steve, today.
It's about realizing that the grass isn't always greener on the other side of the screen. In the grand tapestry of life, social media is just one thread. It can be a source of inspiration, connection, and expression, but it should never define our sense of self-worth or happiness. Ultimately, happiness is where you are, right here, right now.
Okay, show me.
Oh no, oh no, 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 oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no.
Thank you, guys. So if you follow TikTok, that song is on a trend of many, many, many fumbles. Okay, so the very last part of that video clip was cut off, and it was a mom holding her young son. He looked to be about 2 or 3, and she was holding a hydrangea flower. And she says, "That's a hydrangea, say hydrangea." And he said, "Hydrangea, my name is Waylon." It was so cute. And I really don't think it was staged, because she tried again. She said, "No, that's a hydrangea." And he just said, "Hydrangea, my name is Waylon. How are you?" So he just really tried hard. And isn't that the scope of social media? Joy and laughter, funny pranks like we saw at the beginning with the water in the face, to philosophy and deep thought, even self-reflective about the experience of being on social media. Young children, out of the mouths of babes. It was really difficult to find a variety of TikToks to show you that were church appropriate regarding language, even with kids in it. And such an opportunity, as was also shared, to connect, not only with people you know and love, but people from all over the world, new people who you would never have a chance to meet, people who you may never meet, but you might have a daily encounter of sorts by watching their social media posts, by engaging with them. And you heard also a little bit about what that experience can be like. Constantly watching the sort of procured best of other people's lives, what they want you to see in a public forum, and how that might make you feel about your own life. So there have been many, many, many studies done. There was one in particular that was published by the National Library of Medicine. And this particular study was done on a group of 17 to 25-year-olds, and they were divided into 2 groups. One group were active users, those who engage in social media, maybe comment or like other posts or post their own, make their own posts. And the other group were passive users, those who might just be social media stalkers. They just watch what other people are doing. They probably don't comment or like or react to any post. Really interesting findings of these 2 groups. Those who are actively engaged actually have a better rating of psychological well-being, significantly better. The rating that was lower was that they also had more incidents of harmful outcomes. Okay, so that's that group. Now, the passive group had significantly lower ratings of social media joy, lower ratings of stress, which you might predict because they're not engaged with it, but they also felt less connected. They were lonelier. So what does that say to us about what it means to engage in social media or to sort of silently scroll? For me, my first thought was, well, that's just a lot like real life relationships. The more engaged you are in real life relationships, the more often you're going to encounter harmful or undesirable outcomes. Because if you're not engaged, you're just going to, by default, have less opportunity for that. And you're also going to feel less connected. So there's a parallel in that. So I think it's really important for us to not just, throw the baby out with the bathwater and just social media bad. It causes stress, in an already stressed out world. Reduces attention span, right? You can just scroll. If you don't like what somebody's saying, you just scroll right past them onto the next thing. The shorter, the better. The more inclined you are to watch the whole video or read the whole post. So then we find teachers saying, well, kids these days have shorter attention spans. They're expecting things to come in just a little soundbite. Even adults. It affects how everything is delivered to us in all of media. So it's really important for us as spiritual people to not just sit with the sound bites of all of those studies and reflections, but to really reflect on our own behavior and our own experiences, and to really take responsibility for our own engagement and what we do and what meaning we make. So if we are watching the joy in other people's lives and we are feeling more depressed about our own lives, or we're feeling more ordinary, or like nothing special ever happens to us and there's nothing worthy of Insta happening in our own lives, then maybe it's time to put it down for a bit and recenter our thoughts. Because our third principle is our thoughts create our reality. So it's not social media that's creating our reality. Right? It's our own thought. If you believe it, it's true. Whatever the it is, if you believe it, it's true. That's the power of our creative thoughts. Right? God is the source of all good. I am an expression of the one holy presence in the world. And through the power of my thought, I co-create my reality with God. So what do you want to think about? And how do you want to think about it? Social media can be a great place to get information. I know I go to TikTok when something happens in the news. I go there first. One, because all of the news stations are there, so I can find that I can get information and data, whatever the latest report is. But also, a lot of our sort of superstar journalists or analysts, also, they'll get on TikTok right from their kitchen, right from their home office. And you can kind of get that first take before they've been, edited and put behind the news desk. So you can get that. You can also find out what people are saying, what's the word on the street about whatever is happening. And you heard one person talk about that, the impact of information and response going around the world like wildfire. And people, you heard him say, people then reach a consensus more quickly and then can respond more quickly. So there are really good things about that. And it can also be dangerous because how quickly can a rumor spread? And how difficult if something is untrue and it spreads, and I'm not even just talking about factually untrue, but not truth, capital T truth, how hard is it to unlearn that? To undo the impact of that. And it's not just the world, the collective, but it's our communities. It's our families and social groups. It's our interpersonal relationships. It's within our own being. Because if we believe it, it's true. And what happens? We begin to feel a certain way. We begin to form our beliefs or reflect a happening against our beliefs. And then our bodies start to respond. At a cellular level, we start to live physically, spiritually, thoughtfully in whatever this truth that we have created is. And it might feel really overwhelming to consider that you have that much power. And that's okay. I invite you to be with that. Be with the idea that you have that much power, that whatever you hold in thought is true. That your body believes it, your mind believes it, those around you will start to believe it. Even if they don't agree with it, they will believe this truth to be true. So, like I asked in our opening prayer, what then shall we think? What then shall we say? What kinds of statements will we make? What kinds of questions will we ask? How will we self-reflect about our own lives? Because in the face of the belief that other people are having all the fun and that our lives are ordinary, we experience depression. And then what do? We disengage even more. So when we stand in the truth of our principles, what really happens is we claim our divine power. And that whatever the circumstance is out here, whatever the input is out here, whether it's by video, whether it's a blog post that we've read, an article posted, or just someone's comment. I really appreciated what the gentleman who said, if you post a picture where you're not looking your best and you don't get as many likes and you're like, it's the whole world saying it's a 5 out of 10 for you today. If we can get to the reason that we made that a post of that picture in the first place and stand in the truth of that, regardless of the feedback, that becomes a metaphor for everything we do. Wherever you show up, right here in spiritual community, there's going to be lots of feedback in the world. People who think unity is a cult. Lots of feedback in the world. People who believe that if you don't worship a certain kind of way or have a certain kind of theology, that you're damned to hell for all of eternity. People who have a certain belief about what happens in the afterlife is nothing at all. And so when we are in conversation with people who feel differently, believe differently than we do, what meaning do we make of our own beliefs? Do we allow ourselves to fall away from center? Are we open to learning, considering, critical thinking, and perhaps even coming more deeply into our own truth, expanding our own truth, expanding compassion or empathy? Right now, we have to have these conversations. We have to ask these important questions to ourselves more critically than ever because of what's happening in our country. Not only our country, but around the world. There are elections. It's election year everywhere on this planet. So change is in the air. And when change is in the air, people are afraid. Change and fear come hand in hand, generally speaking. Maybe not for you, but also probably for you. And fear is not a bad thing. Right? Fear warns us. It gives us an opportunity to become aware and to discern right action, right thought. And not right as in I'm right and you're wrong, or you're right and they're wrong, but right as in divine, right as in it comes from your truth. These words come from your truth. These thoughts come from your truth. These actions come from your truth. And in this way, this becomes the great connector. We are always connected to every single expression of God on the planet, past, present, and future. So if we come to believe through any kind of social media or social experience that we are not connected, and we may have that experience. You may be able to say, like, statistically, I literally have not talked to anybody all week. I am not connected. That's true in one way and by one measurement. So that's a lowercase t truth, right? That's a statistic. But the capital T, the holy truth, the spiritual truth, is that we are always connected. We are one. When we say that, that's what it means. So if you want to be in the feeling of that connection, It doesn't require conversation. It doesn't require physical proximity. That's nice and helpful, but it's not a requirement for you to realize your connection. That becomes a stillness, an effect, and a recognition that happens in stillness, in openness, in prayer, in meditation. Because when we are in that space, we are in the presence and power of love. And where love is, fear cannot occupy the same space. Now, in your general psyche, in your body, yes, fear and love can occupy the same space. But in your awareness, it cannot. So if you feel fear creeping into your awareness, turn to thoughts of love. Turn to thoughts of peace. Turn to thoughts of life. Turn to thoughts of God. And you'll immediately forget about fear. It may come right back, and we turn again. This is why we call it spiritual practice, because we are always practicing. Because the world is a constant source of feedback, of input that will distract us. I don't think anyone in this room, or probably not anyone watching online, has been called to go live in a cave in silent meditation for the rest of your life, because you wouldn't be here if that were true. You have been called to be in community, in family, in friend groups, in social groups. You're maybe in a workplace. Maybe you're retired from a workplace. Maybe you live in a community. So you are constantly making yourself available to all kinds of feedback. And our responsibility as spiritual beings on a path to radiate the love and life that is always present as you, our responsibility is to our awareness. We may not be able to control every feeling or every thought that immediately comes up as a reaction or a response to any given input. And that's okay. That's not a failing. That doesn't mean you're spiritually immature. It's what you do with that reaction or response. So if you can be with your own anger, with your own fear, with things that we tend to judge as not spiritual, by the way, everything is spiritual. If we can be with that and be curious about it and feel it, because if we don't feel it, then we just lock it into our bodies. So we allow ourselves to feel it so we can release that which is not here to serve our highest good, and bring our awareness to truth. What is true in this moment? If I'm afraid that we are on the brink of civil war in this country, then what is true in this moment? In this moment, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. The words of the great philosopher Prince. In this moment, we have all that we need. In this moment, we experience freedom. In this moment, we are gathered with our prayerful hearts wide open. In this moment, we know our connection to the one presence and power, which means we know our connection to all beings. Fear has no place here. Now, fear might guide you to take action. And it is our responsibility to allow the guidance of that action to come from this place of truth, this place of divine connection. So whether it's in conversation with someone who has different ideologies, different political views, different religious views, different social customs, different language, whether we are taking ourselves into a civic environment, to the polls, to place a vote, whether it's where we give our financial resources, whether it's where we engage as customers and consumers. What kinds of organizations are we willing to support? What kinds of businesses and corporations are we willing to support? What kind of social media are we willing to consume? What kind of articles are we willing to read? Where do we allow ourselves to be available to input? And where do we allow ourselves to be a presence of love and light, of truth, of that which is good in the world, of that which brings the highest and best outcome, not only to us in our personal lives, but to our families, to our neighborhoods, to our society, to the world? And if we can stay focused on every opportunity, so when we are uncomfortable, when we are afraid, rather than giving in to, here, this is so stressful, and it may have nothing to do with politics, it may have nothing to do with what's happening in the world, it may have to do with your health. You're just tired of dealing with this or that disease or diagnosis. You're tired of struggling, like me, trying to sleep. Sleep eludes. I get tired of it. But every night is a new opportunity to sleep. And the more stress I build up around it, just like anything else, the more stress I build up around it and allow to live in my body, the further the outcome that I desire, it pushes it away. So we bring it in. We bring it in, knowing that anything is possible because we are alive today. Because you are a sentient being, because you are an expression of the one power and presence in the universe, in all of existence, even more than the universe, more than we can name, chooses to express itself as you in totality. It's not just a little bit of God over here and Diane, and a little bit of God over here and Karen. The entire presence of God is in you, expressing as you. Always, even when you're sleeping, even when you're trying to fall asleep. Spiritually, we must wake up, and we must stay awake and stay vigilant, not to create an inner violence for ourselves, but to create an inner opportunity to always be in tune with love. This becomes the source of harmony and peace that radiates from us in the world. Are you with me? Yeah. And if you are too tired for all of that today, rest. We've got you. You surround yourselves with people who've got you, who can know the truth for you and with you while you rest. That's okay. Because when you rest, and it's a holy rest that I'm talking about, then you can come forward again into awareness, into your own divine power, and be the fullness of the light that you've always been, even while you rest. This is our blessing today, is to know who and whose we are, to know the power and the depth and the grandness of our divine essence. No matter what you read or experience on social media, no matter what is happening on the news around the world, this truth abides. You are the face of God. You are the presence of God. You are the choice of the divine. God chooses you. May this be your blessing today and always. I love you.
Embrace the stillness. Embrace the breath. Embrace the spirit. Embrace the stillness. Embrace the light. Praise power. Power of love. Embrace the stillness. Embrace the now. Embrace the spirit of love. Embrace the stillness. Embrace the breath. Embrace the spirit of love.
I invite you now to find yourselves comfortable right where you are. Relaxing the body, allowing your chair to hold you for those of you watching online. If you're on a couch or a bed or in the car or outside on the ground, just allow yourself to be held by the earth. If you haven't already, I invite you to close your outer eyes and open the inner eye to the vast expanse of the universe, living, moving, and having its very being as you. In this moment, we embrace the stillness. Feeling the rising and falling of our chest as we breathe. Taking the breath deeper. All the way down into the abdomen. We breathe. Down into our feet, we breathe. And down into the earth, we breathe. As we lift our thoughts and our heart to the heavens, to the realm of the divine, embrace the stillness. We find the radiance that is God moving in us, pulsing outwardly into the physical world. All is well. In this moment, all love is available, all life is available. All hope and faith, wisdom are available. Zeal, which brings us joy from love, is available. As we go into a time of silent reflection, we bring with us gratitude the great amplifier of all good things, of all blessings. For this stillness, we are so grateful. For holy revelation that takes place in stillness, we are so grateful. For the power and presence of love's radiance in us as us, we are so grateful to gather in spiritual community that unifies as love in action. We are so grateful. We are blessed beyond measure, and we send this blessing into the world. And so it is. Amen.
Embrace the stillness. Embrace the now. Embrace the spirit of love. Embrace the stillness. Embrace the breath. Embrace the spirit of now.
I think the shortest sentence that Reverend Jackie shared in her message today is probably the most powerful takeaway we can consider practicing in our lives. 3 words: tune into love. And so as we enter into this time in our service where we always pause with great intention, great awareness, to give thanks for and appreciate all that you give to this ministry, I ask that we bless this time by turning into love as we give thanks for the time that you give, as we give thanks for the talents you share, and as you joyfully, willingly give of your financial resources that support all of us in continuing on with the mission that is at hand for us. And so as we prepare to receive the financial gifts, I ask that you join with me in blessing them by speaking together the words on the screens now. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am joy-filled and grateful.
Now, here at Unity, we tend to do things nice and easy. This next song is going to be nice and rough. So let's get to it.
Well, we're all in this together. It's so easy to see. Yes, we're all in this together. It's so easy to say. And if we want to see tomorrow, that's just the way it's gotta be. When it's all been said and done, it's up to me, it's up to you. Yeah. When it's all been said and done, it's up to me and it's up to you. Black or white, left or right, we must all do what we can do. Do it for me. Well, when we feel lost and alone, and it seems so hard to make it through, when we feel lost and alone, when it seems so hard to make it through, yeah, you know we may be caught in stormy weather, but we're all in this together, every one of us.
the UCOP band. Whew. I didn't know we were going to need an extra fire extinguisher up here today. It's on fire. It's on fire. Thank you, Terry. All right, so this month we are celebrating our prayer chaplain team. So if you serve on our prayer chaplain team, please stand. These are the folks who call you once a month to pray with you. These are the folks who hold the prayer consciousness of our community, so we thank you and celebrate you this month. And we do have an opportunity for anyone else to join the prayer team. The training will be in August, and there will be some informational meetings here next week. Is that right? Next week, and then August 4th as well. So if you want to inquire about that, please attend one of those meetings. Today, after service, we have a sharing circle led by the Leadership Council, and we'll get going here at about 11:30, so you'll have time to go fill up your cup of coffee or grab a treat out there and then come back in, and we'll have that session. And then on July 28th is my last Sunday before sabbatical, just 6 weeks, 7 Sundays, and I'll be back. But Reverend Eileen says she has cupcakes ordered for the 28th, so we'll have some time out in the cafe, and I'll be parked by the cupcakes, so you'll know where to find me. So we can share some hugs and goodbyes before I take off for that time, that sacred time. So let's speak our mission statement together, and just knowing it from the depth of our heart and soul. Unity Church of Overland Park transforms lives and empowers people to make a difference in the world. And that is a blessing that returns to each and every one of us. Next week, speaking of blessings, you'll be blessed by Reverend Lily Boyles. She's going to participate in this Mindful Media series with a talk called A Return to Joy. And if you've been out to the Nelson Atkins Museum lately, there's an exhibit that's called Rebellion and Joy, and it's still up this week, so you have time to get out there and take a look at it, and she'll be using that as the basis of her talk. You can also visit the website there and see some of the exhibit pieces. So if you don't have time to make it out there, you can do that. And I bet you can find it on social media, by the way. All right, thank you. Let's stand and sing our closing song.
May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. Dearly beloved, as we go, take a moment to shine your light, open your heart, share your love with those around you. A smile, a wave, a hug, whatever feels right is right. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light you guide your way, guide your way.
And now, from right where you are, speak the prayer for protection with me. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. And all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. For there is a force of love moving in the universe that holds us fast and will never let us go. Bless you.